Well, my name it is Michael, and I've lived in Dublin all my life. Me father was the farmer, and me mother was the farmer's wife. They raised them up a family of girls to number 21, of which I am the youngest, and me blessed father's only son. Now living with so many girls, you'd think me hair'd be in curls. You'd think I'd wear a scarf and have me earrings set with pretty pearls. Oh, but I am a master of a man with manly passion, and I always kiss the girls in a very manly fashion. I wear a manly moustache and I drink me whiskey manly like, and all my friends'll warn you not to pick a row with manly Mike. Last week I kissed the sheriff's wife. She kissed me back with little strife. She swore 'twas the finest kiss she'd ever had in all her life. Ah, but the sheriff saw the kissing, and he swore upon his station he'd use his legal powers to change my situation. He went to the magistrate and told him of my rampage. While drunk I fell upon his wife and took unfair advantage. He swore that I had pulled a knife and put it to his pretty wife, and charged her for a kiss, or else I'd disengage her very life. Sure, and other wrongful charges he drew up without true evidence, and thus convinced the magistrate that I should pay a recompense. Well, I had to stand the trial because I refused to pay the fine. I smiled when it turned out the magistrate, he was a friend of mine. Oh, your honour, Mr. Cassidy, if you have the capacity, I'll give back the kiss I stole and thus prove my veracity. Well, the sheriff's wife was willing, and the sheriff had to curse and swear as I kissed the sheriff's wife in the courtroom from the witness chair. Well, ma'am, says the magistrate, is that the kiss you lost before? Well, says she, I'm not quite sure, perhaps if I could try one more. Then she kissed me without ration, a kiss of carnal passion, till all the girls were blushing and the sheriff's teeth were gnashing. Hurrah, proclaimed the magistrate, a clear case I never saw, for both of you are guilty of crimes not covered by the law. To sentence you at all, or to render a conviction, as much as some might like it, it's not in my jurisdiction. So I said to the gallery, I'll spend my next month's salary to celebrate across the street in the tavern of O'Mallory. Sure, and anyone that's willing, they can help me drink away my sin, and everyone's invited, but do not let the sheriff in. Well, we all left the courtroom in high anticipation to celebrate the famous justice of the Irish nation. The word went round the drinks were free, and people came from miles to see the farmer's son that won the day and kissed his way to liberty. Well, by twos and by threes we all rushed into the drinking hall, young men and old men and girls who were not men at all. And then we drank all the beer that me monthly wage would cover, and Michael Conway said that he would pay for yet another. And when that was finished, I'll be bound, each other man put up a pound, and we drank until we couldn't lift a glass to drink another round. And then we all staggered home by the light upon the summer moon, and no one that was there that night got out of bed till afternoon. And that's the day that I'll remember fondly all my life, the day that made me famous for the kissing of the sheriff's wife. Dear sir, I write this note to you to tell you of my plight, for at the time of writing I am not a pretty sight. Me body is all black and blue, me face a deathly grey. And I write this note to say why I am not at work today. While working on the 14th floor, some bricks I had to clear. Now tossing them down from such a height was not a good idea. The foreman wasn't very pleased, he being an awkward sod. He said I'd have to cart them down the ladders in me hod. Now clearing all these bricks by hand, it was so very slow. So I hoisted up a barrel and secured the rope below. But in me haste to do the job, I was too blind to see that the barrel full of building bricks was heavier than me. So when I untied the rope, the barrel fell like lead, and clinging tightly to the rope, I started up instead. Well, I shot off like a rocket, till to my dismay I found that halfway up I met the bloody barrel coming down. The barrel broke me shoulder, as to the ground it sped, and when I'd reached the top I banged the pulley with me head. But I clung on tight and numbed with shock from this almighty blow, as the barrel spilled out half its bricks 14 floors below. Now when these bricks had fallen from the barrel to the floor, I then outweighed the barrel and so started down once more. But I clung on tightly to the rope, me body racked with pain, and halfway down I met the bloody barrel once again. The force of this collision halfway down the office block caused multiple abrasions and a nasty case of shock. But I clung on tightly to the rope as I sped towards the ground, and I landed on the broken bricks that were all scattered round. As I lay bleeding on the ground, I thought I'd passed the worst, when the barrel hit the pulley wheel and then the bottom burst. As a shower of bricks rained down on me, I hadn't got a hope. As I lay there losing consciousness, I let go of the bloody rope. The barrel then being heavier, it started down once more. It landed right across me as I lay upon the floor. Well, it broke 3 ribs in my left arm, and I can only say, I hope you'll understand why I am not at work today.